that he can do all of this after playing basketball for 4 years is nuts. Ben Simmons, what were you doing? What are you doing? But I'm interested in this guy. I think that I think that this guy probably gets Clint out of the door
Oh,
because
100. He's definitely Clint. Sorry, guys. Sorry, our stream dropped for a second, but we're back on YouTube and Facebook. Yeah, Clint definitely. This is definitely his replacement. They said his 7'3" wingspan actually allows him to block more. He's better defensively than what he got to show at Washington State, is what I read. Um,
but for me, this
Chinese wanted
this
to believe.
is kind of the answer for if maybe you move Collins too, and if this guy is that good, you can put a Kung Wu and him on the floor together because he can shoot a little bit in space the floor, and hopefully a Kung Wu will be able to shoot in space the floor. Defensively, I can see this being a very scary tandem because they can move their feet. They have the agility.
Him and Okongwu.
They just
Yeah,
yeah, that's a scary little tandem right there. I I want to see him dribble against NBA players first. But it seems like he can do it. This pick was an exciting pick for me. I
I
like
think this
I
may
like
have been the best pick in the draft for us.
I like Buffkin because he's like looks like Murray, and I love Murray's game, but they might have hit here. Now he still has to show this in the game, but I'm happy that we're looking at these type of players, the taller, blended, rangy guys who are in the mold of Bowl. We haven't really ever been interested in those type of guys. We got a guy.
Are we witnessing the evolution right before our eyes? I didn't see any big that can't shoot. There was not one big that
I
can't shoot that was drafted.
I've been saying this for 2 years. Hey, the little guys are running the NBA right now because they're skilled. But the guys are getting bigger and more skilled. You're about to see a bunch of guys who all look like this in the NBA now. And the height is just, if you're not a sniper, then these guys are more valuable because they can do so much. You can dribble, shoot, and this guy can block shots, pass the
He's
ball.
dunking on people. Like he,
Man, I'm going to tell y'all like this. I'm going to keep it a buck with y'all. I saw the clips and I put the highlight directly into the group chat and sent the eyes like, do y'all see this? I'm interested. Put this guy on the floor. Do not waste his time. Let him play a couple G League games and then put this guy in the rotation, man.
he
We
also reminds me of
need
Boucher too. I'm surprised that Boston traded him knowing the front court that help that they needed. We
yeah,
got this pick from Boston.
salute to those guys. Thank you for helping us with this one. I don't know why you would let us get this guy. But I'm excited about it. Yeah. And then finally, let's close out with Seth Lundy. He is
Sneaky did
a
make a good point. Sneaky said, "Why not him and Capella?" Or did you address that already?
I think they want to move on from Capella.
I
I
think
think
Capella's
that
covered it because of his immediate impact on a championship team. Just like,
and
but
and Capella probably has the higher trade value.
that's what I
So
was saying. If this is the Norwood philosophy, I'm not in it. I'm not in the Norwood philosophy. I'm still gonna argue. But this is the time to trade Capella if you're gonna do it. If you're gonna get out from under Capella, you gotta cut money. And it seems like he's the highest value. You'll probably get more back for Capella and Hunter than you will for John Collins. Although you're right. I don't. Oh, that's what I forgot to address. I don't understand why we resigned Bogey. He's 31. You
doesn't
resigned Bogey to the exact same, a similar contract that you had Kyle Herter on, who's 22,
the only thing that I can see about that is
24.
you signed him to sell him. It's a reasonable contract. And one thing that the NBA does need is shooting. I think eventually he's gonna. Is the person who doesn't make any sense in this timeline, and he eats up a bunch of cash. That's the reason I would be moving on from Bogey. If it was me, hey, who needs a shooter? Because you guys are somebody gonna get hurt, and they're gonna need somebody who can shoot the ball. Hey, we got one here. Let's get. I need a first rounder, and then we can slowly accumulate some of those picks back.
I'm also interested to see who we were trying to get from Indiana. Besides, it had to be a player, and I wonder.
I
And they were,
I
I
think
heard,
I
of
think it
course,
was a cash cut.
Duarte. Oh,
I think it was a cash cut. I think they were like, all right, well, we'll take a worse player back because the way that AJ Griffin thing came out, it seems like they've kind of weighed it out, and they're like, hey man, we could put AJ Griffin in this spot. We could get back under the tax, and then we could try this again. You can kind of kick the can a little bit, and if we stay under the tax, then it's like, well, what are we doing here? Let's not. We can move this forward. I was listening to Brad Rowland talk to this guy, and he's like, these teams are looking to save money so they can spend money later. Once you get into the tax, you have the repeater tax, which costs more and more every year. So if you can stay out of the tax until you're really ready to compete for a championship, that strategically makes the most sense. It's not always ownership just being cheap for the sake of being cheap, which makes sense.
They don't like Tony Wrestler, dog. They do not like
No,
Wrestler. They have already said he's financially handicapping Quinn Snyder already.
I'm ready for everything to be clear. I really wish they had moved Collins. I want this to be the perfect situation so we can either get through it or win. Those are the only two options we really have. And once you get Collins out of there, at that point, there's either we have to win or I was right. And I'm leaning into I think that I was right, but we're going to see.
I was right. What were you right about? Hold on. Hold on. I'm not about to just. What were you right about?
Well, number one, we should have traded Trey. We're wasting our time.
Why? They've had the same career. I'm gonna hold on to that, bro. They're the same career. Him and Luka.
Oh no! Hell no! The team is butt, booty, cheeks.
Hey! They've had the same career, dog.
Nah, you can't tell me that we got from point A to point B. I'm riding in an '86 Cutlass, and you riding in a brand new car. No. Luka had never had a center. They try to get a new one every year. Dwight Powell, that other dude. They tried Christian Wood. That's another thing. I would be ready to trade John Collins and at least give me Christian Wood back.
Christian
get him in free agency.
Was actually released, wasn't
he? Yeah, he's a free agent. Or will be.
Wow.
I can see, like, as long as he's still on the team. He's an NBA journeyman. Like, every year he's on a new team. And I forgot, we still got Saddiq Bey. I assume we're going to pay him some more money because we spent 5 seconds on him. But back to the original point.
Sorry.
Back to the original point. Seth Lundy, he's a senior from Penn State. Harsh reality, I don't see this guy playing in Atlanta. He's a lifetime College Park Skyhawk.
So he reminds me of a poor man Saddiq Bey. He can shoot. He can shoot that thing. He's got logo range, and he shoots off the dribble. He is stiff defensively, boy. Woo! He is not. It's a reason Penn State wasn't that good, right? He was getting beat by average players defensively, but offensively, stand in the corner, shoot. Come in there and be able to shoot from far away. What's up, Tay?
But I mean,
that's what they want. You
got Trey, DeJounte, Bogey, AJ Griffin, and Kobe Bluffkin who are going to shoot before you.
And Saddiq Bey.
Oh, and DeAndre Hunter. Boy.
And Saddiq Bey and DeAndre Hunter. And Jalen Johnson's shot is getting better. They let him shoot a few times. Hell, they let Okongwu shoot threes now.
Yeah. From the corner. It's just he's just, I mean, you're a second round draft pick in Atlanta. I'm surprised we drafted it and didn't trade it for cash consideration. You know, that's what we specialize in doing, flipping it for some bread.
We got too many players in the G League anyway. We should have had a number 1 G League team. All these
we do
players and guys.
Our G League team be beating people ass, and I'll be like, well, glad we winning somewhere. But that's the draft wrap up for now. Of course, we will cover more draft
for the Hawks
on Monday. Yes, yeah. Well, but yes, that's what we have for now. We will cover it more in depth on Monday Night Raw. Please join us on Monday night, 7:30 for that. Always remember while we take this short break here, like, follow, subscribe. Me and Reggie are your HBCU homeboys, and thank you for rocking with us on Saturday morning live.
So while we
Uh
take this short break, let's talk about Hunter and
Collins.
Collins. Collins to Utah appears to be a thing. Um,
Collins
I
to
don't.
Dallas is a thing. Collins to Brooklyn is a thing. Collins to Utah is a thing. Now, I will say it's like a relationship. They keep coming back. You keep texting me. I might shoot my shot, but you respond every time.
Yeah.
Um, I think that there's smoke and fire there. Collins to Utah is scary to me.
Didn't Utah just draft a player?
All all of those guys, no, I think they went for a guard. But all Brooklyn drafted the guy who I wanted the Hawks to draft, Noah Clowney. So they were like, either give me John Collins or I'm gonna get the sequel.
I think Jalen Johnson's the sequel to John Collins. It seems like we draft.
Mm,
It's the same thing to me. Nah, I'm right. Utah drafted a 6'10" power forward from Central Florida.
can he shoot?
He look. I didn't. Man, I don't know.
And I'm mad, Utah. Utah, you were supposed to draft Grady Dick. And it was supposed to be Walker Kessler, Laurie Marketing, Grady Dick. You boy, them Utahns, Utites, they would have lost their mind. They would have lost. Yeah, that's what we gonna call them, the Utites. Y'all could have got Peyton Pritchard, and then y'all could have had the white power lineup. And I thought it would have been very interesting.
Where else would you have liked to see Hunter traded? I've owned the Utes. Yeah, Utes, I guess.
You're right, Utes.
The only team that has cap space, if Portland is trying to get rid of Dame, I wouldn't mind being a third team in that trade.
Oh, that's the other part that I meant to tell you. The podcast that I was listening to, the guy says that they don't think that Hunter is a small forward anymore. They think that he is a small ball four. And
then why are you getting rid of him? Why don't you trade John?
The Hawks think he is the wing. I think the rest of the NBA thinks he's a small ball power forward.
But at $22.5 million, where you have to find a team that's going to be able to absorb that contract. Washington, Portland. Washington just lost Kuzma. You could that put DeAndre Hunter right there.
That's messed up to send him to Antarctica. Dog. Sending people to Washington right now is just waste your time. Waste your time.
I told y'all they were going to be active. We said it on Monday Night Raw. I said, hey, y'all watch for Washington to be active. And 1 hour later, it's Kristaps Porzingis while we were potting, got traded. I said, they're not done. Watch them make a move during the draft. Right before the draft, what happened? They traded Jordan for Chris Paul. I was like, dog, this. But in terms of purgatory for DeAndre Hunter,
he don't deserve that.
I see why Indiana was the choice. Was the choice. But I don't know any other team that can really take him that needs him. With $22.5 million. $22.5 million is a lot for DeAndre Hunter.
Utah. I mean, yeah.
What are they gonna give up? So you're saying we're basically about to switch our entire 3-4-5.
They're all let me be very clear. The entire team is for sale. The only person who is not up for sale is Trae Young. DeJounte is in trade talks because you don't know how much he's gonna want and you want to get something back for him. Hunter is a lot of teams are interested in him, and he has a manageable contract. John Collins is interesting because I think certain teams know that he's undervalued. And Clint Capella is a rebound champ. He's going to be top 5 in rebounds every year until until he
Yeah.
ain't.
I think Clint
So
is the first one to go. I think Hunter is the second, and I think John is giving away.
if you
Personally.
do that though, boy, when you clear that debt, you are putting a ton of pressure on Trae Young. You're putting all of the pressure on Trae Young because that means that
Well, depending on who
everybody
you
who
trade them for, I mean, you got to get pieces back. So unless and they have not signaled that they are doing a rebuild, they are
but what I'm
flip
saying,
flopping.
what I'm saying is, that's you have deleted control all delete the whole team. The only person who is still here is Trae. Everybody else will have come
Bogey.
and gone. Bogey was a Sacramento King first.
Oh, you mean people you've drafted?
Yeah, well, all the people that you drafted, and I kind of count Clint in that because he was right at. I mean, I guess Clint and Bogey were about the same time, and I
Yeah.
think you need to trade Bogey. I think that
I thought Bogey would have been the person you trade. I there's no way that you don't make that trade with the Lakers or with because everybody needs shooting. All those teams need shooting. I didn't see why you wouldn't do that. I would have traded him for Tyus Jones personally, but whatever, man. We could talk about the Hawks all day. Let's talk about one of the first surprises of the night. MJ left a present for you Charlotte basketball patrons on his way out. He was the Bobcats, then he's the Hornets, and you guys have basically said the entire time that he sucks as an owner and GM. And we can't really argue it because of the stats. So
he did get LaMelo though. Take the W where you can get it.
he passed on Scoot Henderson and signed and drafted Brandon Miller, who it was said that Brandon Miller is a better fit for Scoot than Scoot Henderson.
Yeah, I'm 100% on board with this. I think that this is the right decision. They've suffered with getting bigs to play. I know that he's still not a 5, but you need somebody in that front court. You don't need another guard. You already got LaMelo, who hopefully will be back. You got Terry Rozier. Getting another guard is kind of redundant when you got this guy who is 6'9", 6'10". He can shoot the rock.
They said he's
This
like
is good.
They said he plays, and it makes sense, but he's got a lot of comparisons to Paul George.
Yeah, I think it's a great pickup. This is who I suggested that they should pick. I like Scoot. I think the Scoot's gonna be a monster, but I think that this was the right pick for the Charlotte Hornets.
So now that the Hornets have Brandon Miller, because I mean he basically I don't know their cap space situation because they did get off Miles Bridges, so that saved them a lot of money. What do the Blazers do? And y'all let us know in the chat what happens to Dame. Dame he hasn't said anything, and of course free agency starts next Friday. But it was pretty much understood that if Portland didn't move the third pick and they drafted somebody instead of going to get a veteran that can help immediately,
Jen, what up?
They said Dame is pretty much going to be out. So if Dame is pretty much going to be out, what happens where does he go?
So from what I read, it says that Dame is going to give them time to build a
week.
Yeah. Now you have basically, you got a couple weeks to figure it out, but he's going to give them a chance to try to get some play.
A week. Free agency starts on the 30th. If you don't have something in place by the time free agency starts, 9 times out of 10, you're going to miss all. We know how free agency starts. The big names, it goes, pop, 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 pop. They go fast in the first 2 days. If you make it to July, first week of July, second week of July, and you still in free agency, and you ain't done nothing, Portland.
Hey, what do I tell people all the time? Hey, man, you better get to figuring. Get to getting, my friend. I would be very interested in that. Also, Jeremy Grant, where is he going to end up?
Another person nobody's talking about. I thought he would be paired with the third pick, personally. That's what I would have done.
But you can't get, what are you going to get back?
Karl-Anthony Towns. I thought Karl-Anthony Towns was the obvious choice for the Blazers, to me.
No defense.
I mean, they drafted Scoot. I mean, still no defense.
I mean, you're right. And don't forget they got Nurkic, so you would have to move him too. I mean,
Nurkic is one of them throw him in the hat names. Sure.
Yeah, but
he's contract. Yeah, he's basically cash. You not Nurkic?
no,
He ain't good. He's cash.
no. But he ain't cheap either. Well, he's not.
Cash.
He ain't throwaway contract money.
He's cash. You gonna have to take this money if you want this third pick in Jeremy Grant. You are gonna have to take this money. Cash. You could take Nurkic off of that transaction and put cash.
No, and he's on a 4-year, $70 million deal, and he not always healthy.
That's less than DeAndre Hunter's 4-year, 90.
Yeah, but DeAndre Hunter has way more upside than Yusuf Nurkic.
He's also hurt all the time too.
Yeah, but he also came off his best season too.
So it means he's worth $20 million more.
I mean, that's really $5 million a year. Yeah.
So, but I'm saying, so if it's $70 million is $17.5 million a year, right? Mm-hmm. $17 million is the decent contract to be able to move and throw in with a pick. That's not bad.
Yeah, I guess how old is he? I feel like
28. He's the same age as Joker, something like that. 26, 28.
No, I don't want no 28-year-old always hurt. I don't need that in my life. I got enough struggles. No thanks.
So
I'm not. Yeah, he's 28 years old. Birthday. August 23rd. That's his birthday. That's what's up. But nah, no thanks. I'm not interested. 13 points, 9 rebounds.
Trace Jackson Davis from Indiana, more of a point forward type player, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Tweets that you will regret it, as he was drafted 40. The last pick, he was 50, right?
Yep.
He was the last pick in the draft, and he said, "Y'all will regret it. I promise you." I like the determination.
Show me.
You gonna have to go. You gonna have to Max Strus it up, big dog. Max Strus.
Show me.
Went to the G League, led his team to the G League, whatever finals game. Played well in preseason when he got his chance with Miami. Stuck with it.
I believe you, but you got to show me. Cool story, bro.
Nothing. I don't know you to believe you. You just gonna have to show me. Like, I don't know you at all.
Hey, boy, don't move now. Bible.
And we always talk about how college basketball isn't that great. Men's college basketball.
Oh, no.
So you're going to have to show me, big dog. I hope you do well. I do like.
Speaking of people who are going to show me.
I like this pick for Cleveland.
I hate this pick for the world.
This is the Mo Bamba all over. Not Mo Bamba. Bol pick all over again. You let somebody fall. Imani Bates for Cleveland is the best fit because they need a scoring 3. The 1, the 2, and the 4 are solidified for Cleveland. The 3 is Isaac Okoro. The 5 is Jared Allen, and he's already been mentioned in trade talks. Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, Evan Mobley are penciled in as the starters. You need a scoring 3, and I think Imani Bates can fill that role. At least score off the bench.
First of all, I think that trading Jared Allen is crazy. I don't think you can.
Well, I mean, he calls up the paint for
the issue. Yeah, the thing about that is, Evan Mobley, you better learn how to shoot and consistently be able to shoot, because otherwise, Evan Mobley, you are not going to look like a defensive player of the year when Jared Allen is gone. You're not. Jared Allen makes it easy for you. He's going to stand in the paint and he's going to do front action rim protection. You can play backside. If you think that Jared Allen leaving, this is crazy.
What?
Man, y'all trade Jared Allen. Y'all will play the hell out of yourself. Because Donovan ain't playing no defense. Darius ain't playing no defense. Amani ain't going to play no defense. And then what is it going to be? Evan Mobley fix it all. Evan Mobley is good, but not that good.
Well, it depends. I mean, it's the money. Again, it's the money. Jared Allen he has $100-something million contract, right?
Yeah, he does. Jared Allen is 25 years old. Hell no. Oh, if y'all don't want him, send him to Atlanta.
Oh,
We'll
it's only
take him.
$20 million, 5 year, $100 million.
$20 million
Yeah,
a year. He's a little bit more expensive than Clint Capella.
And he's younger and healthier. No way in hell. Now Clint's a better player, but Jared Allen hadn't even. No, I'm not taking low ego, good rim protector, good defender, good rebounder. Are y'all crazy? Evan Mobley should be like, no, we are handcuffed together. Wherever I go, he goes. That's simple. But that perimeter defense is about to be hell out there in Cleveland. Because you're right.
I mean, they got Isaac Okoro, who's supposed to be their defensive player.
He's going to be Bazemore now, or Wildman Bembry. He's going to be a guy who comes off the bench and plays spot duty if somebody's getting cooked. But
I don't think anybody ever.
I mean, do you think that Amani goes straight into the starting lineup?
No. Amani's got there's only one player, two players, maybe three that will go straight into the starting lineup.
Oh no, I disagree there too.
I don't. To me, that straight off draft night, I don't know many other players that will go straight into the starting lineup.
Well, Wemby is going straight into
Scoot.
Scoot going directly.
Brandon Miller.
Thompson with the Rockets is going right into that starting lineup.
Who's Thompson?
Amen Thompson.
No. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Asur might go there. I mean,
now that's somebody that DeAndre Hunter. We back on the Hawks. Sorry guys. That's somebody that's who I forgot. DeAndre Hunter was also linked to was Detroit. And I don't know who Detroit has that they would give up or give back. Unless it's a big. But that's who DeAndre Hunter was linked to.
I wouldn't want to see him in Detroit, but I also like Asur Thompson, Cade Cunningham, Hunter, and then their bigs. I think that Anthony Black probably starts for the Magic. I mean, how much more Jalen Suggs and Cole Anthony do you need before you figure out that ain't the answer?
So the Hawks are actually under mandate by Tony Ressler to get out of the luxury tax. So within the next few days, there should be a few trades that should happen. One of them that they have held significant talks is with DeAndre Hunter in Detroit, which may be one of the first moves that they make.
And I think that Jet Howard probably starts for the Magic. They don't have any shooting. All he can do is shoot.
So apparently the Pistons are going after Cam Johnson. And we're not going to jump too far in this, but that's what I'm saying with DeAndre Hunter.
Cam Johnson is not leaving Brooklyn. We talk about this every week. He's not leaving Brooklyn. Him and Mikal Bridges.
They giving him 5 years, $84 million. They said we can start there.
They also just doubled down for the Olympic team or whatever that the next national team, whatever it is. They both committed at the same time. Brooklyn is not letting those two guys leave each other. They're going together. So you might as well go ahead and get that out your mind. Also, Derek Lively going to start for the Mavericks.
Oh, yeah.
They ain't got nobody else.
Exactly.
I don't know who I don't know.
Who is the four in Brooklyn? Oh, ooh.
Cam Johnson?
I guess you probably leave him in the starting lineup. But they're going to have a situation, too, that you have Claxton. You just drafted Clowney. You're going to play Johnson at the 4. I mean, that's a solid rotation of, like, stretchy wings. Oh, and I think that Chris Murray probably going to start for the Blazers.
Oh, they did get Chris Murray. That's what
I was really hoping that the Kings
were
going to get him.
One pick.
Yeah.
He was picked one pick.
That sucks.
Because you know they had at the draft party like, yes.
Yeah.
No.
Get him.
And you got to be happy because you got drafted.
I mean, would you take Chris Murray and a first for John Collins.
Yeah.
I think that makes the
That's why I said
Blazers
that's who you trade for.
immediately better. And then you think the Chris Murray, I think out of everybody in the first round is probably the most equipped, probably even more than Wembanyama to play 18 to 20 minutes consistently in the NBA today.
Now, I will say I've never seen him play. I don't know what his
he's a little bit more mature. He's kind of similar to his brother. He's just a guy who he can come in and play right now. And I think that if you need a guy to play 18 to 20 minutes, you're trying to get off a contract and, procure a first in the process.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the Blazers should be interested in that.
Man, that's
exactly Sneaky.
I just looked up his pro comparison and they say Keegan Murray.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Yeah, but that's the thing. One of them is right-handed. I think that Chris is left-handed.
Murray broke on the first round radar with a mix of transition finishing and shot making and the ability to offensive rebound. They hint at plug and play off the ball scoring, which is exactly what we need. Y'all look for John Collins to be traded to the Blazers. That could happen.
I think that that's good for Dame. I think that, then you have Dame, Scoot. Nurkic got to go, though. Nurkic is,
Jeremy Grant, John Collins, and then
Jeremy Grant is out of there.
Why you think he's out of there?
His contract is up. He's a free agent.
Oh, yeah.
They can still sign him, and they talked about signing him to a long-term deal. I actually like that. Dame, Scoot, Jeremy.
I forgot they got and Nasir Little. Yeah, they're very young. You could probably take Cam back too. Cam's unrestricted though.
Man, I want to like Cam, but he goes everywhere and still just all right. Well, okay, say Atlanta, blame Atlanta. Then after Atlanta, then blame New York. Now you're in the Blazers. He's still not really getting that much rotation time. He's just playing because he has to, but he wasn't playing great with Portland.
He hadn't really gotten.
Ease, what's good, my brother?
Who?
Easy. But for me, in Instagram. But
my bad.
But yeah, for me, it's interesting. I think that if I am Dame, I want John Collins on the Blazers. But I also saw something while we're watching where it says that Jimmy Butler blasting Dame Lillard music. So everything
Miami?
is a
I don't for Tyler Hero, Kyle Lowry,
Duncan Robinson. No. I'm not taking.
You can't keep Kyle Lowry if you get Dame. You can't keep him. You can't pay Jimmy. Bam.
No. You just if I'm the Blazers, you're not sending me that. I'm trying to.
You are. There's no way the trade. Kyle Lowry's out of there. Then there has to be a third trade.
No. If you Duncan Robinson and Tyler Hero, and a couple bigs,
you're paying Bam, Jimmy, Kyle Lowry, and Dame. That's four $30 million players. Well, $30 million in players and 25, whatever Bam's making.
Yes. Getting rid of Kyle Lowry is your problem. You paid him. You figured that out. What I'm taking is young guys. Duncan Robinson looks like he's revived himself and he can be a shooter again. I'm taking Tyler Hero.
What do you say? He tricked y'all. He gonna trick y'all.
Yeah.
Trick y'all again. Duncan Robinson look like
I think that Duncan Robinson. I think that this is who Duncan Robinson really is. Not as good as he was on that run. Not as bad as he was when he was unplayable. He's in the middle of that, but he can shoot. And I think that his value is higher, and I think it's about where it should be right now. I think he is accurately valued right now. But when he signed that contract, I told y'all, hell no, you don't need to pay him that.
Send Kyle Lowry to the Pacers. There's a few teams. Detroit.
They're not taking him.
He would be okay in Detroit. As an older player.
I feel like last year was his last chance to get a ring.
Send him to Toronto. Go ahead, send him to Toronto. Fred VanVleet finna get out of there anyway. Let him do his last year in Toronto.
Gary Trent Jr. Yep, send me Gary Trent Jr. Now that might work.
I'm not sending you Gary Jr.
He's only on 1 year. He opted in his last year. I mean,
I'm not sending you Gary. You think so you can make another guy? I saw what you did with Max Strus and Gabe Vincent. I know Gary Trent Jr. get right over there. He'll fit perfect. Jimmy Butler talked to him for 5 minutes. Vincent. He will talk to him for 5 minutes, and then Gary Trent Jr. will be a killer.
25 point a game person.
No. I'm not. You know how I feel about that. I don't believe in arming my enemies. You got me fucked up. I'm not doing it.
Well, Dame to Miami, the whole point of this, and we did not mean to get in free agency. We were actually talking about Scoot Henderson being drafted at 3 and Brandon Miller being drafted at 2. Therefore, Dame and Blazers not moving that pick. What else are they going to do? Dame to Miami is kind of crazy. And there's no way, unless you trade Kyle Lowry, that stays. So Kyle Lowry has to go somewhere. You can't buy him out because you still got to pay him. So Kyle Lowry got to go somewhere. If he has to go somewhere, I mean, the Blazers got the money. Well, that's a downgrade, though, boy. That is committing.
Send him to Orlando. Send him to Orlando. Let him coach.
Send him to Toronto. Let him coach.
Don't matter to me. Hell.
Let's get to
Disneyland or the 6.
So, Grady Dick from Kansas wore a sequin shirt tie blazer combo to the draft. I did not like it at first. I was like, what the hell is this bullshit? I still don't like it, but I get the theme he was going for. He said, well, I'm from Kansas, Wizard of Oz, dreams do come true. Dorothy had the red shoes on that took her blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, that's actually pretty dope. That's pretty dope. So, I mean, he was not the worst dressed. I mean, Scoot was out there at what'd you say Scoot Henderson was at? His quinceañera?
Oh, jeez. The Elvis. Like he was finna film Suavemente.
Yeah, had that Elvis impersonation costume on, bro.
I mean, so Grady Dick is ruby red. It's a jacket, shirt, shagget, whatever it is. It's sequin. It was cool or whatever. I will say though, I looked at his family. They definitely look like they have been to the Republican National Convention before.
All of them RNC annual givers. They are annual givers. They have a seat at the. Ooh, I was about to be disrespectful. A seat.
Did you just say the Dicks are annual givers?
I didn't say the Dicks, but you did.
You did. You said the annual givers.
I also feel like Grady's family missed out on an opportunity. How could you not name him Richard? That would be hilarious. My name is Dick with 2 D's. Like that's what I would say.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a fantastic Saturday Morning Live.
We ain't done.
Yes, we are. If we weren't done, we're done now because Reggie over here talking about naming the man
Dick.
Richard Dick. Dick. Double D. Hey, Double D. No, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for rocking with us.
Oh yeah, we're
once
done,
again.
Man. Real quick draft update. Didn't really have a lot to talk about, man. Of course, next Saturday we'll be talking about the beginning of free agency. More than likely, that's when it starts, and we plan to see and hear a lot going on within the next couple of days. So, Norwood, take us out.
Yes, and before we get out of here, remember, go vote for the Atlanta Braves. You don't need to waste your votes on Ronald Acuna anymore. Since he is the leading vote getter, he is already guaranteed a space on the All-Star team. But go vote for the rest of the team because literally everybody else on that team is an All-Star just like him. And I would like to see the whole National League All-Star team to be the Atlanta Braves. With that said, another fantastic episode. Please remember, like, follow, subscribe. Y'all catch us in a couple days on Monday Night Raw, where we will give a breakdown of everything going on. Once again, we'll cover more draft topics and fallout. I'm sure that there will be moves and talks that will be made between then and now. Outside of that, thank you guys for hanging out. Ain't but one thing left for us to do, and what's that, Reggie? Hang out. We out of here. Y'all enjoy y'all weekend. Have a couple beverages on me. Just don't send me